Hi everyone, I'm Erica and today we'll be making pajama pants. So depending on the pattern, it really can fit for any size. It's a very simple way of making pajama pants, and really the main materials you'll need is comfortable material that you prefer, and we'll have a sewing machine, elastic, pins, those types of things. So here we have what we'll be making, just a general idea, and I will be showing you how to make that. Alright, so what we have here first is I've actually already put pins inside the pattern and the fabric, and I've already cut it out. So the first thing you would have to do is lay this fabric over itself, so that way you have two pieces underneath this pattern. You just cut it out and pin it, and then we can get started. Alright, so after we take this off, we're actually going to start with pinning the sides. I've already pinned the first side. However, we also have to pin the other side. So we're just going to come here and take a couple of pins. If you are a beginner at sewing, you might want to put a couple more pins that I will be putting. It really depends on how comfortable you are with sewing, with how many pins you want to do. I'm just going to put in 4. We have 4 here and 4 on that side, and all we're going to be doing is sewing these two pieces together. Okay, so now that we've pinned it, we actually can sew these two pieces together. So I've already taken the first pin out and put my foot down with the latch, and it's on top ready to sew. Don't forget to back stitch after you've gone a little while. And I have this line marked right here because we're doing a 5/8 seam right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So you go a little bit and back stitch, and then you can continue. Just a slight curve. Okay, so we're coming to the end. I'm going to go all the way to the end. And we're going to back stitch one more time. And now we can pull it out and cut the streaks. Oh, got a little tangled right there. Okay, we have the first side done. Alright, so I've already started this one just like I did on the other side. We're going to do the exact same thing. Don't forget to back stitch, take out all of your pins. I'm just going to speed this through and we'll get on to the next step after this. Alright, so now we have to turn this form into an actual pants leg kind of form. So rather than having 4 pieces for each leg, what we decided is we could connect these with the side and we can split it up. So we're just going to kind of fold it on its side and open these up. This is going to be the top of the pants, and these are going to be the individual legs. So we're going to have to put these 2 ends together and fold this accordingly. And when we're eventually sewing, we will be sewing along this pants line. So we have to do it to the other side as well. Get that here. This is the top of the pants. And here's the other leg. We're just gonna sew these together after we've pinned it. Like that. So I've already pinned this one leg. I've only done one leg because it's very important that we make sure that this inner part together. So we're just gonna pin along this one leg, which I've done here, and we're gonna go sew this first. All right, so to start this first paint leg, we will have to be starting where this last seam ended. Mine is in black so that we can easily see it, but you will have to look for that with whatever material that you use and whatever color that you have to use for your pattern. So we're gonna start there, and we have to start at the inner piece, and we're gonna end at the end of the leg. So we're just gonna go and sew along straight line at the 5/8 mark again, and remember to pull out pins and back stitch. All right, so mine got a little uneven, but we're just gonna cut it and it will be fine after we've hemmed the bottom. Okay, so that side is done. There we go. And I think we have to do the other side. Okay, so we've already done the other side and we're gonna now pin this end. I suggest doing the very end to make sure it's going to be even this time, and to come along and put it at the top one more time. And then after that, you can pin all the way on the inside after these two, the most important, are more secure. So we're just gonna go here. So with this fabric, it is a little bit more stretchy. So we want to make sure that it doesn't twist as much like I accidentally let happen on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna move this along. Make sure this is together. Okay. Everything's together, and now we can sew. I've already done this side, but now we're just going to pin for a hem at the bottom of these pants. However, I do suggest that you try them on in case the pattern wasn't correct. I normally do a 5/8 to an inch of a hem, but if you need to make it larger or smaller according to your size, I definitely suggest that first. So I'm just going to come here. I'm just going to do a 5/8 or very close to that. Measure first, and then we're going to double it over just so that it's a little bit more secure, since this fabric is a little bit more prone to fraying. So just going to do this process kind of all around the bottom of the pant leg. Just kind of get a general idea of how large it should be, and you fold it over again. And here we have it. This is just what it's going to look like, and the other one is the exact same. So we're just going to sew both of these down now. Okay, so now we've already started putting this underneath the foot. So instead of going to the 5/8 seam, we're just going to stick this in the middle, and eventually, since this part's just more fabric in general, it's not going to be along the side of it, but eventually the side of the foot can just go in line with the side of the fabric that we're doing, and we're just going to put a stitch straight down the middle of the pants hem. You will not be able to tell from the outside, and we're just going to run around all the way to the end, and make sure you start and end at this hem because it needs the most attention. So we're just going to start, back, stitch here, go around. Don't forget to take out your pins. I'm just gonna lift it up, cut it, and we're done. Okay, so now we're just going to do the same thing to the other end of the leg, the exact same as this end. Same exact thing, starting at the hem, taking out pins along the way, and back stitching. So after I've already actually put a hem here, this is actually a 1/2 inch right here, and then I went again and folded over again to 1.5 inches. So I've done that around the entire top of this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew around the top to make sure to get both pieces of fabric in there, but also leave a gap before the stride here, so that way we can put this elastic through. So you're gonna want to make sure you have an elastic that is 3 inches less than your waist size. Just to fit this pattern, we have this already cut at 18 inches, and we have the safety pin already in there for putting that through. And you need to remember that there is a front and a back that naturally happens after making these pants. So where there's extra fabric on the other side, that will be the back of the pajama pants. this is the front because there is less fabric here, okay? So we're gonna go and sew this and we'll come back. So now we're actually going to put this waistband inside this little opening that we have here. So we left our gap so we can put the waistband through it. And all you have to do is put the safety pin in and be very careful to make sure this never twists inside the fabric. You're just gonna push onto the safety pin, gather the fabric, and then you pull outside the fabric. And I'm just gonna put this waistband inside the little opening we have here. So now that we have the elastic all the way through and we've made sure it's not twisted, you want to push all the fabric back away from where we will be sewing, and we're going to attach these two pieces, the two ends of the elastic, together with a pin, and we're just going to sew over it until it's secure, and we'll finish it up. And just change angles. Okay, so we're just going to place the elastic back in here. We already have a fold here that we're just gonna tuck under, and we're gonna just close the gap and we'll be done with the pants. Okay, so start here. So now you just have to cut all of the extra threads, and you have a pair of pajama pants. Okay, so let's inside this out and move the waistband around. And here we have it. We have our pajama pants. Get these threads off. Here we go.